Hello my friends, my name is Max, and today we're going to do something fun and unusual. Namely, we're going to build this very nice Sigmarite Chapel of the Empire from the Warhammer The Old World. As always, by the end of this video we will figure out answers for 3 simple questions. Does this mini look cool when assembled? Is it easy and fun to build it? And how does it stand next to other minis? In our case, 40k minis. Let's go ahead and look at the instruction set. It is fairly basic and straightforward, and the reason it is so basic and so straightforward is that this miniature, or this building, comes to us directly from year 2006. That is when the molds were created. The old world has more basic instructions than the Warhammer 40k, so we will have to figure out some stuff as we go. Let's go ahead and start building the walls. Firstly, we would need to assemble this part and this part. It's fairly easy to figure out which ones are necessary to have. We have a hole over here, circular hole, this one. And this thing is basically this thing. And they should be assembled together along these lines. Note that you can try to assemble them like that, but that is gonna be wrong, because you can see it is not even, because this is a wooden building, so it kinda has some sort of very realistic bend at the center. And that is why there is another line, the straight line over here, that is supposed to be used. And that is true for pretty much all large bits of this miniature. So let's go ahead and try to glue it. And that is the first part of our miniature. We move forward, and now we need to assemble this wall. There are 2 kinds of walls here, and this is this wall pretty much, but it doesn't really matter if you select the correct one, because they are exactly the same. We would need these bits and these bits. Same logic applies over here. We are looking for the straight line. And it should be assembled like this. Here we go. Next we do the same for the second wall. This is our second wall. Looks very similar to the first one. And this is the top part. We glue over here. Here we go. And of course, the last wall with the entrance. And we have 2 of these beads for that. This is the area which we're gonna glue. And this is our last wall assembled. Next, we need to build all these 4 things together. I'm gonna take the very first beads and try to combine it with this wall. Should be done along these lines. And that is our first angle. Looking nice. Next we add these beads. Should be done over here like this. And that is the second angle assembled. And now we need to add the last wall. That should be sitting over here. Like this. That is our building. The base of it assembled. Looking very nice. Next we need to build the roof. I'm supposed to build these 2 bits, this chimney and this small window. And the chimney is gonna be over here, and this window, I suppose, is gonna be over here. But we shall see about that. Let's build these 2 things first. And we start with the chimney. The chimney is being built from 2 parts. They have locks over here. And they are supposed to be assembled like this, and I'm going to glue them together. Alright, so this is my chimney, looking nice. And let's build this small window too. This one is built from 3 bits, these ones. And we're supposed to combine these two together. They have 2 looks. They should be combined like this. This is the first part. And now we add this window over here. And that is how it looks assembled. Very good. Now the question is, in which order we are supposed to glue the roof? Should this bit go here or here? The roof looks like this. We have 2 bits of it. One of them has a hole, another one has something that looks like a window. And the question is, what should go where? In this particular case, I think we are supposed to assemble this small window over here like this, because it has a little bit of very suitable shape, so it should be sitting like this. Fits perfectly here. And the chimney goes and covers this hole. It should be along these lines. And next, we are supposed to figure out what should go where. In this particular picture, actually we go to this picture. It is fairly small, but it is fairly easy to understand. This window should be over here. So that means that in our case, if this is the front, it should really be here. And that means that this part of the roof should really be over here and this one over here. And that is why I drew these arrows, in order to make sure that I don't forget to swap them. Let's go ahead and try to add the roof first, and then we will add stuff that should be on the roof. This is our entrance, and this thing is supposed to go to the right of the entrance. So it should be sitting over here along these lines. It is fairly easy to see what should be glued over here, these areas, and of course this area. So let's try and do just that. And that is one side of our roof assembled. Looking very, very nice. Very, very easy. Next, we add the second part of the roof over here. That means that we will have to glue same areas. And we will also have to glue this part. And now we have our roof in place. Looking very, very cool. Next, we can add finally these 2 bits. Let's start with this window. It should be sitting over here. And it should be like this. That means that we will have to place glue over here. And that is the position of our small window. Looking very nice. And next we add a chimney. The chimney should be covering this hole, and it should be sitting over here like this. And that is our chimney in place. Looks a bit peculiar over here, but I think this is totally fine. We flip a page, and next we add some decorations. We start with this moon sitting over here. This is my moon. And it should be attached over here like this. And that is our moon in place. Next, we add these spikes to the roof. We have 2 kinds of spikes. One of them is just a spike, another one is with a skull. We're gonna go with spikes without skulls. These are 2 spikes that we have. They're exactly the same. This is one, this is second one. And they are supposed to be sitting over here. That is the first one. And that is the second one. Next, we are supposed to add some lions on top of the roof. We don't see them here, but they should be standing just on top of it. These are these peculiar shapes. This is an angel of some sort, and this is actually also an angel. I thought there were lions, but they are not. So this one is gonna be looking back, should be standing over here like this. And the second one is gonna be somewhere here. Actually, they must be the other way around. We're gonna place this one over here. And we're gonna place this one over here. And that is how our figures are sitting on the roof. So we have done all that. Next, we are allowed to add torches. Over here, the torches are at the bottom. And over here, they suggest we put torches upper. But I guess this is because we can also add these funny looking windows. So this is our front part. Let's take a look what can be done here. We are suggested to add this kind of windows here. And then the torches can be either here or over here. Kind of think it makes more sense to add torches at the window level like this. Okay, let's add these windows first. This is one. And this is two. And now the torches. Where should we put them? Should we put them here, really? Or should we put them over here? That's the question. I think it would be too much stuff over here now, so let's place torches at the top. This is gonna be the first one. And this is gonna be the second one. These torches are fire danger anyway, but I guess Sigmar can protect the chapel raised in his name from these stupid torches. So that is how it is supposed to look like. Looking very cool. Let's see what else can be done here. There is some sort of a plant sitting on a wall. Let's take a look. This must be this wall. And we do have indeed a plant looking like this. So this plant should be sitting roughly somewhere here. And I'm going to glue it. Does not have any look. No, nothing. So I'm just gonna sprinkle glue over here. And hope for the best. As we always do on this channel. And this is our plants on the wall. Looking very nice. We have done all these parts, at least whatever was possible to do here. And we move over here. We have 4 statues. And this funny thing. This is either an icon or a weird medieval European kind of clock. Of course, we're gonna go with the clock. This is how the clock looks like. For those of you who are familiar with the Czech Republic, Prague old clock, you will find a lot of similar things here. And this is a lock. This lock is kind of important because they say we're supposed to place this over here at the bottom. Namely, over here. However, there is another hole, this one, that is more suitable for this round thing. And guess what? These kind of clocks are supposed to be sitting at top. And that is where we're gonna place it. Because here does not make a lot of sense to place it. We are using our knowledge of medieval clocks in order to put this thing in the correct position. And this is our clock in place. Looking very cool. Next we need to add statues. I have a lot of fun looking statues over here. Let's try to place them where they should be. Let's start with this side. I intend to place this guy with a huge hammer over here. And by the way, these statues are perfectly fine to add afterwards, after you paint this nice chapel, because they might be covering some parts of it. I myself don't care that much. I will just go ahead and place them here. And this is gonna be the first statue for me. And this is my first pal in place. For the next statue, I will select this pal with some sort of a book. And it should be sitting over here. Doing exactly the same. And this is my second statue in place. We move forward. I'm gonna place this guy over here. And this is our third statue in place. And the fourth one is gonna be this one. And this is my fourth statue in place. And that, my friends, is our Sigmarite Chapel of the Empire, the old world Sigmarite Chapel, first introduced in year 2006. It looks amazing. You can say that this thing is a bit old, looking at the spruce and the way miniature is assembled, but it is really, really, really cool. It is truly amazing. This is, of course, the entrance. This is how it looks from the front. Incredible. Incredible, my friends. Let's take a look how it stands next to some other miniatures. Since I don't have any minis from the old world, I'm just gonna use the miniature of a Space Marine over here, the Iron Hands Deathwatch character that we have built recently. And we can see that these miniatures are perfectly in scale with this Sigmarite Chapel. Looking very nice. Of course, the Saturnine Terminator stands next to it like this. Yeah, I definitely need to build some old world miniatures. And we can say that Saturnine Dreadnought is almost as tall as this chapel. Looking very, very nice. And that is gonna be it for today, my friends. Let me know in the comments below what do you think of this old world building. If you enjoyed watching me building it, let me know. If you like this video, please consider liking it and subscribe to the channel. We have more miniatures to build, and vast majority of them are gonna be from Warhammer 40k. As always, check out the video that you see now on your screen. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.